samurai movie from the 50s or the 60s,
Right.
very like Akira Kurosawa, like everyone speaks like this, you know,
Yeah.
like, you know, with all the men, you know, and other women are like this. Blah, blah. But the problem with my mom is because my mom has been so Americanized. She's been here for so many decades that like she's not so like that anymore. She's more like this, you know.
Yeah.
So it's not sexy. It's not,
right.
You know, unless but she knows how to turn it on. Like, because when my mom was in the dating scene, it was so. First of all, it's hard to see your parents trying to flirt with other people. Like, that is the most awkward thing to see. Like, you don't want to think of your mom having like a sex drive or a vagina or anything like that. You don't want to think about that.
No, you don't.
Yeah, so of course, you know, my mom, she had this like long hair, you know, she could be very like, oh, you're so funny. You know, and I was like, Jesus Christ. You know, like, you know, like, oh, you're so funny, and let me get you a beer. Do you want a beer? You know, I was like, this isn't some like
this isn't mother's in the kitchen, like, and they're just like, hey, come over here.
Exactly. Like, you know, we're not in Vietnam somewhere. You're from Japan. Like, we're not in some like bar in Ho Chi Minh City, and you're trying to like woo some guy, some American soldier with your beer, your Bud. Would you like a Budweiser? Would you like a Budweiser? I have a Budweiser beer, and I also have a hamburger. You like a hamburger?
Hamburger.
Yes. Yes. And I'm like, Jesus, like, she knew, like, the way to a man's heart is through their stomach.
And the beer and she knew.
The beer and the hamburger, man. Like, she knew the deal. And then meanwhile, I was like, let me lock myself in my room and pretend that I don't hear any of this is going on. I don't want to hear my mom throw game on someone. I don't want her, like, no one wants to hear that. And then, of course, like, it only gets worse, like, the older they get, because, like, you know, of course, just like any, you know, well, here in America, obviously, women tend to outlive men.
Right.
So when my mom goes to the senior center, of course, the ratio of women to men is like, what, 10 to 1?
She's got a lot of competition.
She's got competition, but she knows how to worm her way into the heart of man. You know, like, for a hot second, she had a friend, my friend Lou, who was married. This guy was married. He was like a guy from like Trinidad, but I knew, like, the way she described him, like, you know, he's so tall, black man from he from the island, like, well, he from the country, like the Jamaica country. And I was like, right, but the t-shirt that he gave you says Trinidad. Oh yeah, so same. You know, of course, Trinidad is Jamaica, like just like, I mean, everyone from the Caribbean who's like black, like, they all end up being Jamaican because they have that hint of that British, like, you know, patois type of accent. So
right.
It's the same thing, like, you know, anyone who's Asian ends up being Chinese. So I guess, like, you know, so this guy was clearly married to a woman who was younger. So this guy, he was probably, what, 80, and his wife was like 50 something, late 50s, right? So but my mom would always say, yeah, even though Lou is married and he has a very young wife, he give me the t-shirt when he go home. He give me a t-shirt, he give me hats, and everyone's so jealous. They're so jealous because he only give it to me. And I was like, what? He gave you some crap from the airport. He gave you this bullshit $3 for $10 t-shirt.
Yeah.
And now everyone at the senior center wants to fucking fight you because, like, yeah, oh, but they say, oh, you shouldn't talk to him because he married, but I'm not into sex. I don't name the sex. I'm not interested, but he still give me a hat and t-shirt. And I'm like, I don't understand how these people, the geriatric set, how they get down. You're not offering drinks anymore at the bar.
No, but, you're getting the flea market caps.
Yes, the caps and the t-shirts.
Right.
So stock up now.
Yeah.
Stock up now, men who, if you do end up
you get ready for that senior home.
Exactly.
That's the goods.
That's the goods. My mom's starting fights at the senior center.
Oh, man, your mother sounds like a trip. But I tell you, she gives you great comedy, though, right?
She does, and you know, she does, and that was something that I had wrestled with in the very beginning. When, you know, in the very beginning, I think a lot of people have the same thing. You have certain ambition about the kind of comic you want to be. Like
Mm-hmm.
there was comics that I admired. Like for me, it was like, the storytellers. So even though it's very non-PC to say, but there was a time that, like the Bill Cosbys, the Sinbads, like, those people who were more like, I didn't realize they were storytellers, but I knew that I liked that it seemed like they would just pop up on stage and start talking.
Right.
Like this idea of like not the set up punch. It just seemed like they just walked up on stage, sat down, and it just came off the top.
Like Mike Birbiglia, isn't he a big storyteller comic type of guy?
Yes.
I mean, yeah. I'll tell you who another special I love is Noah.
Trevor Noah.
Yes, Trevor Noah.
Yeah, from Boy Show. Yeah,
great story. This new Netflix is awesome as far as like the whole storytelling comics. But who is your favorite right now?
My favorite right now, well, I have it's hard for me to like pinpoint one because there's certain styles that I like.
Right.
Of course everyone says Chappelle because
everyone's right.
But I would say like I really like Ali Wong, like
Baby Cobra, one of the best.
Yes.
Yeah.
Just because like she's so she's so dirty. Like she can be so dirty, but yet so like thoughtful at the same time. Like I do enjoy that.
And she turned out to be an amazing actress. And again, we know she's an amazing writer for TV, but she is a great one. One of my favorites is Cristela Alonso.
I'm gonna have to check that out.
I'm gonna have to message you and you have to catch her Netflix. She's also one of my big ones. And the current, being a lesbian, I have my two favorites, which is Jessica Kirson. I don't know.
Oh, yes.
You know her.
Yes.
And Fortune
yes.
Feimster.
Yes.
So,
Yes.
Yeah. So those are another two. So, honestly, I have to say that I watch a lot of female comedy, like my hero was Joan Rivers. Like she was,
oh, wow.
She was one of the greatest to me. But what for females, who do you really like?
Wow, that's so tough because like I will say that female wise, like
I know you said Ellie.
Yeah, I said Ali Wong. I mean, I do like Jessica Kirson in that she's not afraid to express herself. Like no. I think and people are going to take this the wrong way. And I don't mean it to be the wrong way, but like there is a thing about, I think there's a pressure that hopefully is breaking away that if you're a female comic, you have to be unattractive. You know what I mean? Like you have to be, how can you be an attractive comedian? So now I think there's this whole wave of like super attractive, like trying to, but it attractive for a comedian. Like attractive for a comedian, not attractive like Hollywood attractive.
Right, like Nikki.
I'm talking about exactly. Like Amy Schumer, like attractive for a comedian. And I don't mean that in the wrong way.
No, but I'm going to give you my opinion, and this is not going to be popular either. Okay, I know that you don't but I do find that some of the more attractive females, their comedy. I mean, I like Nikki, but her new special Bangin', I just wasn't down with it. It was just, I was just like, oh my God, a whole hour about blowjobs. Like it was just, I don't know. Maybe it's just not relatable.
Yeah,
but I've talked to younger female comics, out in the scene, and no one really enjoyed it.
Yeah, I haven't checked it out, and I have to say this, like, this is the problem that I have with the whole world of, like, Netflix comedy, and I'm not knocking it. I'm like, I think it's great that there's this great platform that it's giving a lot of people opportunity for exposure and whatnot. But what I find whenever I'm watching any comedy, whether it be Netflix or in a comedy club, open mic, this is how I measure things. Okay. On the one hand, I can't help but watch comedy the way a football player would watch a game tape. So when a football player is watching a game tape of another, they're not watching the game. They're watching the game to study it. Like, see, like, how did they handle that? Like,
absolutely look at what I do too.
Right. So the thing is, the comics that, I'm almost embarrassed to say, because it's almost like a guilty pleasure. There's certain comics that take me away from that, and that I am now entertained as an audience member. So that is different. And the people that do that for me are people that have these like big act outs, big physicalness, and a lot of them are what you would call that black urban humor. So like Mike Epps, like I'm not gonna say like Mike Epps, like the last couple of specials, they're uneven. I'm not gonna lie, there is a lot of unevenness, and there's something to be said about, you know, you're a comedic actor versus someone who can, like, who's hitting the open mic every night. Like, you can tell. And I'm not knocking Mike Epps, but I know that, like, if I go, like, back maybe one or two specials, like, I will be entertained. Like, that's my thing. Like, you know, and, like, I'm not gonna necessarily, like, be rolling in the aisles the entire 60 minutes. But I know that he's taking me to a place, to a world that I now have forgotten that I'm watching a game tape. I'm watching the game. So like him, like Cedric the Entertainer, like even old Steve Harvey, like old Steve Harvey.
Oh yeah.
Old like D.L. Hughley, a lot of the, when I mean older stuff, I mean like what, the 2010s, because there is something about when a comic gets away from doing those mics or gets away from performing, and like even George Lopez, like you can
I just saw him not long ago before the quarantine. He was at one of the casinos here, and I got lucky, and we had gotten free tickets because it was sold out.
Oh,
and
wow.
Boy, he's stronger than ever.
Yeah.
Stronger than ever. I mean,
it's like I saw, like, when they did the whole tour before Charlie Murphy passed away. So it was the Charlie Murphy, D.L. Hughley, George Lopez, Cedric the Entertainer, and there was somebody else. There was 5 of them. And I saw them again. I had a friend who has connections with American Airlines Arena in Miami. They did it in the round. So basically, you know, they do it in the round. So you're talking about what, 30, 40,000 people there.
Yeah, it's crazy
to hold that audience.
It's insane to see something like that huge, you know?
It's amazing.
I know.
And I was entertained. Like, it's like, you know, like Gladiator. Are you entertained? And I was like, I was entertained. So, but there's a difference between entertaining and someone who's like, you can tell there's certain people that are really great comedic writers. Like, but the problem I have is that when I'm watching a special, I will get lost in your words. So this is the problem I have. So like, if a comic is very clever, like almost too clever, like there's certain like British comics that I can enjoy because they're so clever, but I might not be able to watch that entire thing all in one sitting.
I'm not the brightest. And for me, if it's really smart humor, it takes me so long to get it that they've moved on to the next joke, and I just give up. Because I need kind of like Dumb and Fast sometimes. It just, you know, and I'll tell you who's special I just watched that was amazing was Leslie Jones.
Oh yeah! Oh yes! Yes!
I mean, she must have burned off 1,000 calories.
Yes.
She was up there working at physically, mentally. I mean, she dominated. I mean,
yes. Well, this is the thing. I need to like sit. I had been saving her special. Like it's almost like I forgot that was the special that I wanted to watch, because I got hip to Leslie Jones when she had a special, I don't know even want to call it was a special, maybe it was just like an extended set, but this was like how many years